Hey guys, how's it going? Phil Monteleone, the Book Peddler. If you haven't, I really hope you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Book Peddler. You stay up to date on book picks, in-store, out-store activity, business, buying, selling experience, whole mess of things surrounding my life as a used book seller in upstate New York. So for this video here, going to an auction. First one of the year here. And what I like about this, see, a lot of auctions have moved to do them online. I think also the whole COVID thing, for them to survive, they had to do that as well. And you can't fault it because now they're dealing with the country, they're dealing with probably the world in a lot of regards, and they're not as they don't have to sell as localized, so they can hope to expect more profit. And I've talked to one of them, and they're definitely doing better than they were, and they'll probably never open their auction hall again. It'll probably be all online. What I like about this auction is that this is not the case. They have not shifted to online. It's a low buyer's premium, which will make it even more feasible to possibly purchase material. And what else do I like about it? They had to take off all the pictures, which isn't good for the auctioneer, but this has a lot of controversial material in it. I gravitate towards controversial material. I'm a history freak, and the good and bad, whatever. It's a part of the history. I know collectors and buyers of this stuff. It makes it tough for people if they're sellers because you can't sell this stuff online anymore. You're not allowed to unless if you have like maybe your own platform, but they'll take you off. It's happened to me a number of times. So anyhow, it's a funny thing, but it's to the advantage of a seller like myself, for sure, and hopefully less competition. But we'll find out. Now, this auction is way in the sticks, boy. It's out there. It's kind of funny. I was like, whereas most people in your family might be proud if they were the first person to go to college or whatever, in this area they're proud to be the first family member to walk on two legs. I promise you. If you're from West Virginia, though, you best not be laughing at that because the area I was in, West Virginia, was really giving off similar vibes. So if you're from Smithville, you definitely can't be laughing because half of y'all still communicate with grunts, and you open up your window on a nice night and you'll hear Smithville mating calls going off. So anyhow, all right, I'm gonna stop clowning around. It should be a fun auction. It's gonna be a real mystery as to what's there with some of the books and stuff because everybody always takes garbage pictures of the books, but I can tell, I have a sense that it's some decent stuff. So I'm or potentially could be very good. When I click back on, guys, I'll show you the buys. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back from the auction. It's Sunday night. I'm pretty whooped. I want to put this video out today, but today's been extremely busy. So I'll put it out tomorrow for you guys. I hope you enjoy seeing these finds. There was a ton of competition there when it came to other dealers and collectors. So I really had to be selective. I knew my price points, so I had to let some stuff go. But it was a lot of fun. And I'm going to get into these finds here. Check out this guy. he actually looks like somebody that I deal with that comes into the shop. That's Brucey Jr. Brewster the Rooster. I thought that was neat. Okay, let me show you the first finds, then I'll show you my controversial buys that I bought. But let's start with these newspapers here. Very cool. Binghamton Press, Binghamton, New York is 30 minutes away. Great local piece. No surrender. Let's see. Time to suppress him. Every Negro lynching is a blow at the Constitution. Japs must take Port Arthur. Not exactly too politically correct there. Russian commander tells yellow enemy he will fight to the death before yielding. Crazy, huh? Look at all this stuff. Great. Generally, I stay away from newspapers. Lynchers plan more outrages. Georgia organization forming to slaughter all Negroes implicated in confession of men burned. Crazy, man. Arrest for leader in New York strike. I stay away from papers generally because of how fragile they are, but these are beautifully protected. I'm just going to show you the fronts of these. I love the red. Port Arthur is tottering. Japs hold outside forts. Look at all this stuff. Eruption of Mount Vesuvius continues. Vineyards ruined. Let's see some more. Assassin slay with dynamite. Striker attempts to assassinate Chicago Packer. Jew avenges Kishinev by hurling deadly bombs at Russian minister. Isn't this something? I'm going to do well with these. I'll tell you how I got them in a moment. Armistice terms before Kaiser. More German cities join revolt. 1918, well, World War I start like 1914, I believe. I think it ended in 18. Expect Germany to capitulate before Monday. Isn't this something? Just a history. Kaiser considers while Allies push on. Just so cool to me. Oh, there looks like there's another paper in there too. All right. Kind of neat. Hoover and Curtis take oath. Mexico mobilizes loyal forces to check widespread revolt. Moros flee interior. If I could do like a 1920s voice, I would. I have no idea how to do that. 3 disasters. Hotel fire, railroad wreck, auto smash. Man, so cool. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. I sure do. Check out this one. Peace, greatest of wars ends. City joins nation in big holiday. Armistice signed at 5 a.m. Paris time. War ends at 11 a.m. People of city wild with joy. You imagine fighting a trench warfare? Incredible. Incredible. So this is really something. What a local piece of history here. You frame these up. They're protected in the plastic. This is the only one that's really rough. The Binghamton Republican paper, obviously chewed up. So one thing that was cool was because this auction was so like disorganized for a number of reasons. But they said, hey, why don't you go down the basement, see if there's more stuff that you'd be interested, maybe others, whatever, and pull it on up. And I was ready to check out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a sweep real quick. Saw those papers in the corner. The little Filipino dude there's following me in. I'm like, hey man, this is some good stuff here. You get these up in that auction quick. And he went up there and pushed them right up. No one had gotten to see these papers. You know, he literally, they didn't put them out for anybody to see. It went right up to the block. And people were kind of distracted and stuff of what was going on. There's a lot of movement. I was able to get them for a really great number. And I was so happy with this buy. I got to get like a big folder or something to put them in. Actually, I'm looking at one right now. I could put them in. So I think those are excellent. And I'm going to take you up front. That was my favorite buy of the day, was the papers. Now, these books, it's a 2-volume set. You'll probably be familiar with the title. You know, not worth like crazy money, but Picturesque America, 2-volume set. Awesome set. I got them at the price point I needed to get them at. They are just filled with engravings. It is such a beautiful set. All on America. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this or not. Very large folio set. View of Savannah from the river. And I really enjoy these books. I'll probably sell them in the shop at some point. I have some people in mind that would probably really, really enjoy these. So, of course, if any of you guys see them out there, feel free to reach out, you know. So, now for a bit of a controversial one. Take you over here. Nazi flag, okay? Now, with this, I wouldn't have bought it unless if I had someone lined up. I have a customer, he purchases World War II, Nazi memorabilia, SS stuff, you know. So I felt the material on this. You know, I'm no expert in flag, but it felt good. I'm looking at the stitching here. Discoloration of the white. I'm seeing some of the imperfections of the symbol bleeding through. Now, this is very large. It would actually hang under a window and go all the way down. And so I'm not going to unfurl this thing. But I'll tell you something funny. This auction is being held like by a highway, you know, like a major highway. They weren't realizing what they were doing, but they had an individual on each end holding this massive Nazi flag towards the road. People driving by are looking, they didn't know what the heck was going on. It looked like a dang rally going on. So I was laughing so hard. It was so ridiculous to see it. But anyhow, I got it for a really solid deal and flipped it immediately after I got it. I know the guy, and that is gone. So really neat historical piece. I mean, you won't see something like that flying on my wall. My grandpa fought in World War II. He's a World War II hero, Lieutenant Colonel. And his story is absolutely incredible. Still have a box of all his letters. Half of them are in Italian and another half English. It's so interesting because like the letters to my grandma, who's and his sister, is everything's fine here and blah blah blah. Give him the rundown. And then when he's like writing a letter to his brother or someone, he's really telling what's going on. He was a great writer. I mean, someday I'd like to get all his letters out and copy them all and put them in a book for the family. And there's all sorts of photos of them. It's really cool, really cool. So anyhow, okay, I'm getting distracted from the story, but anyhow, my grandpa was an amazing individual. Let me show you this. And real quick, he saved a lot of people's lives under heavy machine gun fire. Incredibly heroic. Okay, that's it. All right. Enough of that. Declaration for Original Invalid Person. This is a Civil War veterans application for disability. And I saw this. I thought it was really cool. I'll give you a close-up. Give you a little close-up of this. And it's funny. Someone point out, it says a copy, but they had to rewrite the whole thing. Now, this is double-sided. It's beautifully framed. See if I could kind of take it down. So I'll show you the other side here. So there's the other side. Invalid claim for pension. So that's of a Civil War soldier. Thought it was a really cool piece. And so that's right there. I'm going to move it, but... All right, now I'm going to take you to the back. Another little controversial buy. This guy collected a lot of KKK stuff. As you saw the flag, lots of stuff like that. He wasn't affiliated in any way. He just was passionate about preserving history. And actually, one of his very good friends was a Jewish woman who helped run the auction. And I guess she told me that her friends would give her a hard time being friends with him because of the stuff he collected. And she's like, this guy doesn't have a bad bone in his body. He just, should we forget about this history? There's stains all over every country, everything. And he just wanted to preserve it. So this next piece here is, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but Binghamton, New York was like a hotbed of Klansmen. I believe there were thousands of them. And so what this is here, these are actually these member in good standings of the Klan. These are all 1926, and they are stamped with the names right there. That's Hobbs, A.D. Hobbs. And this is all local. Who's this guy? Hannay. So I did a little research ahead of time. Got the whole lot. Regal. Kind of crazy. F.G. Cook. There are brothers in here. I believe there's like another Hobbs somewhere in here. There is. So, so those actually might go to the same collector I sold the flag to. Because he's a big local history buff too, and these are all local. So I'll probably put them in slips and whatnot. Work out a deal with them. But they had like hoods there and garments, but it's a little dark stuff. I'm not really interested in putting a gown in my shop, so there was sheet music of it. That all went pretty high. There was like a piece of fabric from Amelia Earhart's airplane that went really high. Bid that up quite high, but then I had to get off it. But unique pieces, different, rare. One thing that I did say in the intro video, I believe, was how some of this controversial stuff, it can be good for like dealers like myself, because if you have that clientele lined up, but it's also like a double-edged sword. You can't sell the stuff online, of course, anymore. But the thing is that the collectors know that. So they also have a little bit of an advantage too, because if you don't have multiple people, that you're going to make a little bit, but maybe not as much as you could make. Put it that way. But anyhow, those were the finds, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed them. I'm always trying to get in different, unique, rare items, and I've seen some booktube people, and I'm not knocking or anything. They're doing their thing. They're doing a great job. I don't watch a lot of them because I'm working, man. I'm trying to live, and but I don't see anybody out there really. Maybe there is getting some of these kind of buys that I've been able to come across. I really hope that you enjoy watching and seeing what comes in. I just think that they're really special stuff and monumental things as well. So I really hope that you get just as much as a kick out of this stuff as I do. So anyhow, that's it for me. If you saw something that you think you might like, go ahead and reach out. Follow my social media sites if you'd like. I'm going to post a very rare book on there. My next post, I think some of you will really think it's cool. And hey, if you haven't liked and subscribed, guys, I hope you had a nice weekend and you have an even better week. So I'll see you next time, guys.